So hi, my name is Prerak Sharma. I am 21 years old and I am first year student of IIT Mandi. Although I don't like this introduction because all my philosophical reading. Hi guys, there is no light right now. But still, before moving on to the video, I would like to add Bhagavad Gita 2 or 3 texts and then you can continue with this video. So without wasting much time, let's begin. यदि ह्यायम, let's begin from the previous verse only. Text 22. Na me parthasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchan nanvaptamavaptyavyam vart evacha karmani. What does it mean? O son of Pritha, there is no work prescribed for me within all the 3 planetary systems, nor am I in want of anything, nor have I need to obtain anything, and yet I am engaged in work. The Supreme Personality of God is described in the Vedic literatures as follows. Tam Ishwaranam, Pranam Maheshwaram, Tam Devatanam, Paramam Sadevatam, Patim Patinam Paramam Parastad, Vidam Devam Bhuvanesam Idyam. Na tasya karyam karanam sa vidyate, na tat samas sabhya dhikas sa drasyate, parasya saktir vividheva shruyate, so bhaviki jnana bala kriyasa. The Supreme Lord is the controller of all other controllers, and he is the greatest of all the diverse planetary leaders. Everyone is under his control. All entities are delegated with particular power only by the Supreme Lord. They are not supreme themselves. He is also worshipable by all demigods and is the supreme director of all directors. Therefore, he is transcendental to all kinds of material leaders and controllers and is worshipable by all. There is no one greater than him, and he is the supreme cause of all causes. He does not possess bodily form like that of an ordinary living entity. There is no difference between his body and his soul. He is absolute. All his senses are transcendental. Any one of his senses can perform the action of any other sense. Therefore, no one is greater than him or equal to him. His potencies are multifarious, and thus his deeds are automatically performed as a natural sequence. Since everything is in full opulence in the personality of Godhead and is existing in full truth, there is no duty for the Supreme Personality of Godhead to perform. One who must receive the results of work has some designated duty. But one who has nothing to achieve within the 3 planetary systems certainly has no duty, and yet Lord Krishna is engaged on the battlefield of Kurukshetra as the leader of the Kshatriyas, because the Kshatriyas are duty bound to give protection to the distressed. Although he is above all the regulations of the revealed scriptures, he does not do anything that violates the revealed scriptures. Yadi vyayam na varteyam jatu karmaniyat nandritaha mam vartamanu vartante manushyaha partha sarvashah. For if I did not engage in work, O Pritha, certainly all men would follow my path. In order to keep the balance of social tranquility, for progress in spiritual life, there are traditional family usages meant for every civilized man. Although such rules and regulations are for the conditioned souls and not Lord Krishna, because he descended to establish the principles of religion, he followed the prescribed rules. Otherwise, common men would follow in his footsteps because he is the greatest authority. From the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is understood that Lord Krishna was performing all the religious duties at home and out of home as required of a householder. Glad that light came. Utsi de yurime loka na kuryam karma chedaham sankarasya cha karta sya mupahanyami maha praja. If I should cease to work, then all these worlds would be put to ruination. I would also be the cause of creating unwanted population, and I would thereby destroy the peace of all sentient beings. Varna Shankara is unwanted population, which disturbs the peace of the general society. In order to check this social disturbance, there are prescribed rules and regulations by which the population can automatically become peaceful and organized for spiritual progress in life. When Lord Krishna descends, naturally he deals with such rules and regulations in order to maintain the prestige and necessity of such important performances. The Lord is the father of all living entities, and if the living entities are misguided, indirectly the responsibility goes to the Lord. Therefore, whenever there is general disregard of regulative principles, the Lord Himself descends and corrects the society. We should, however, note carefully that although we have to follow in the footsteps of the Lord, we still have to remember that we cannot imitate Him. Following and imitating are not on the same level. We cannot imitate the Lord by lifting Govardhana hill as the Lord did in his childhood. It is impossible for any human being. We have to follow his instructions, but we may not imitate him at any time. The Srimad Bhagavatam affirms, Netat samasarech jatu manasapi haye aniswaraha vinasyate asaran madhyad yatha rudro dijam visam iswaranam vasa satyam tathaiva saritam Kwasit tesam yatsva vaso yuktam buddhimams tat samasaret. One should simply follow the instruction of the Lord and His empowered servants. Their instructions are all good for us, and any intelligent person will perform them as instructed. However, one should guard against trying to imitate their actions. One should not try to drink the ocean of poison in imitation of Lord Shiva. We should always consider the position of the Ishwaras, or those who can actually control the movements of the sun and moon, as superior. Without such power, one cannot imitate the Ishwaras, who are super powerful. Lord Shiva drank poison to the extent of swallowing an ocean. But if any common man tries to drink even a fragment of such poison, he will be killed. There are many pseudo-devotees of Lord Shiva who want to indulge in smoking, ganja, and in similar intoxicating drugs, forgetting that by so imitating the acts of Lord Shiva, they are calling death very near. Similarly, there are some pseudo-devotees of Lord Krishna who prefer to imitate the Lord in his Rasa Leela, or dance of love, forgetting their inability to lift Govardhana hill. It is best, therefore, that one not try to imitate the powerful, but simply follow their instructions, nor should one try to occupy their posts without qualification. There are so many incarnations of God without the power of the Supreme Godhead. Saktaha karmaniya vidvaso yatha kurvanti bharat kuryad vidvamastha sakti shri kirshurlok sangraham. As the ignorant perform their duties with attachment to results, similarly the learned may also act, but without attachment, for the sake of leading people on the right path. As the ignorant perform their duties with attachment to results, similarly the learned may also act, but without attachment, for the sake of leading people on the right path. A person in Krishna consciousness and a person not in Krishna consciousness are differentiated by different desires. A Krishna conscious person does not do anything which is not conducive to development of Krishna consciousness. He may not even act exactly like the ignorant person who is too much attached to material activities, but one is engaged in such activities for the satisfaction of his sense gratification, whereas the other is engaged for the satisfaction of Krishna. Therefore, the Krishna conscious person is required to show the people how to act and how to engage the results of action for the purpose of Krishna consciousness. Na buddhi bhedam janiyed jnanam karma sanginam josh yet sarva karmani vidvan yuktah samacharan. Let not the wise disrupt the minds of the ignorant who are attached to fruitive action. They should not be encouraged to refrain from work, but to engage in work in the spirit of devotion. Let not the wise disrupt the minds of the ignorant who are attached to fruitive action. They should not be encouraged to refrain from work, but to engage in work in the spirit of devotion. Vedesa sa sarver aham eva vedya. That is the end of all Vedic rituals. All rituals, all performances of sacrifices, and everything that is put into the Vedas, including all directions for material activities, are meant for understanding Krishna, who is the ultimate goal of life. But because the conditioned souls do not know anything beyond sense gratification, they study the Vedas to the end. Through sense regulations, however, one is gradually elevated to the Krishna consciousness. Therefore, a realized soul in Krishna consciousness should not disturb others in their activities or understanding, but he should act by showing how the results of all work can be dedicated to the service of Krishna. The learned Krishna conscious person may act in such a way that the ignorant person working for sense gratification may learn how to act and how to behave, although the ignorant man is not to be disturbed in his activities. Still, a slightly developed Krishna conscious person may directly be engaged in the service of the Lord without waiting for other Vedic formulas. For this fortunate man, there is no need to follow the Vedic rituals, because in direct Krishna consciousness, one can have all the results simply by following the prescribed duties of a particular path. Let not the wise disrupt the minds of the ignorant who are attached to fruitive action. They should not be encouraged to refrain from work, but to engage in work in the spirit of devotion. Vedyasasa sarver aham eva vedya. That is the end of all Vedic rituals. All rituals, all performances of sacrifices, and everything that is put into the Vedas, including all directions for material activities, are meant for understanding Krishna, who is the ultimate goal of life. But because the conditioned souls do not know anything beyond sense gratification, they study the Vedas to that end. Through sense regulations, however, one is gradually elevated to Krishna consciousness. Therefore, a realized soul in Krishna consciousness should not disturb others in their activities or understanding, but he should act by showing how the results of all work can be dedicated to the service of Krishna. The learned Krishna conscious person may act in such a way that the ignorant person working for sense gratification may learn to act and how to behave. Although the ignorant man is not to be disturbed in his activities, still a slightly developed Krishna conscious person may directly be engaged in the service of the Lord without waiting for other Vedic formulas. For this fortunate man, there is no need to follow the Vedic rituals, because in direct Krishna consciousness, one can have all the results simply by following the prescribed duties of a particular person. The bewildered spirit soul, under the influence of the three modes of material nature, thinks himself to be the doer of activities which are in actuality carried out by nature. The two persons, one in Krishna consciousness and the other in material consciousness, working on the same level, may appear to be working on the same platform, but there is a wide gulf of difference in their respective positions. The person in material consciousness, he is convinced by false ego that he is the doer of everything. He does not know that the mechanism of the body is produced by material nature, which works under the supervision of the Supreme Lord. The materialistic person has no knowledge that he is under the control of Krishna. The person in false ego takes all credit for doing everything independently, and that is the... So this is it for today. We'll end with text 26. You can continue with the video. Bye. And my learnings contradicted, because if I am an individual conscious unit, or what we normally say, if I am a soul, I cannot categorize myself as Prerak or my age or what institute that I am in. I am just in this body, and mostly people identify me as this thing that you are watching right now. So this face, this body, if you look at the structure, these clothes, the hair that I have, the spectacles that I have, if you see it and you recognize this body, you have to name it so that the process of communication becomes easier. So this body is called Prerak. Where this body is right now, it is in IIT Mandi, and I am utilizing the body's bodily capacities. What bodily capacities? To have my brain power, to actually know who I am. What is helping me in that? Whatever subject that I'm studying, I try to critically think. I try to get to the roots, to the foundation, because this type of ability will help me getting to know my origin. If I can get to know what the foundation was behind any concept, be it related to maths, economics, accounts, communication, creative thinking, Bhagavad Gita, anything, if I can get to the fundamental thing, to the single element from which the whole foundation was built, if I can get to those things, then I'll be able to think properly. And I am utilizing the brain that I have got in this body to reach to that level. This brain, I want to utilize it to know more about Vedas and stuff. Why so? Because I feel inclined towards them. I have read West, I have read Indian philosophers, I have read many things, I have also researched myself, but the only thing that excites me, or that drives me that actually there is a truth there. And I am also believe, because incidents that have happened in my life have shaped me in such a way that today I say that Krishna is the supreme, Vishnu is the supreme, and I am okay with it, and accordingly I am reading Bhagavad Gita. If you are aware of this channel, you might have already seen my videos that I read Bhagavad Gita and upload it on YouTube. Why am I doing that? Because I want to understand what the Lord has kept for us. What is my exact duty? Currently, according to my interpretation, my duty is to study. Although in this age, I am 21 years old, I have so many tasks to do, I have so much energy, hormonal changes happen in my body, but to control all of that and to align my thoughts, this energy and the time that I have into a particular direction, following the dharma, the duty which I have right now. What duties do I have right now? I don't have a family to feed right now. I am being fed, my family is being fed. The only duty that I have right now is to acquire knowledge. I am in my brahmacharya phase, and in brahmacharya phase, all of the bodily energies and the time that I have should be invested into getting more and more knowledge. Why? Acquiring more knowledge will improve the quality of thoughts that I have in my brain. My direction will be correct, and I will be able to think fast and critically. Creative thinking will emerge if I do the duty that I am prescribed to in this stage of my life properly. My karma, my varna system, mostly my thoughts are sattvic. The life that I do is also sattvic. I like reading stuff, I like research. I am also interested in entrepreneurship, so I will try to blend. I am trying to blend my research with entrepreneurship, because in the end I also have Raj Yoga. I like being at the top. I want my ideas to flourish. How does that happen? How will that happen? It will only happen if I have that ability and that conviction and that experience into proving people that what's going on up here works out there. How will I do it? By actually doing something. And I am doing something, I am planning something. So we had Muralidhar sir in IIT Mandi. Who is Muralidhar sir? Muralidhar sir is the founder of Yogify. What is Yogify? Yogify is the world's first smart and AI powered yoga mat. The first smart mat out there, the first product from Asia, which is AI generated, which uses Gen AI. It has 1382 sensors on it, which helps recognize or know where the weight is being put by the person who's doing yoga. All of this information, where the person is putting weight most and where it should actually be putting, all of this information is being processed in seconds. How is that possible? Because the software is made in such a way that it recognizes what the mistakes are and immediately gives the solution. This is the power of AI. This is what Muralidhar sir made. The vision that he had, he wants everyone to live a better life. And if a person cannot hire a yoga trainer, or if a person is not able to learn properly during his online yoga sessions, one does not need to worry. Just buy a yoga mat called Yogify and you are good to go. Practice at your own pace. There is also gamification done. You have a leaderboard in there. Perform yoga daily and get rewards. As simple as that. So this is the vision of Muralidhar sir. He is an engineer. So he has used his engineering skills to make this product come to life. All the hardware, all the software, whatever challenges that he came through during his journey of making Yogify what it is today was totally based on his technical knowledge and his drive from inside to make people's life better, to actually want to help people. So this is what made Yogify reach today where it is. It has received recognition from Ayush Bharat, from the Prime Minister Modi, and 100 orders from the Union Cabinet was also given to Muralidhar sir for the Yogify mat. So this is Yogify, where it today actually is. What impact I can create in it? See, Yogify, what does Yogify wants? It wants people to connect with it. It wants people to actually perform yoga. How can that be done? We have to first understand how is it possible to do. See how the power dynamics works, how the advertisement works. See, in the society that we are in today is to the products that we have in the market, in our surroundings, everything that we have is there because there was a demand for it. If I need a notebook, there is a demand because I have to study, I have to write, and I need a notebook. Without notebook I can't do it. So there is a demand for notebook. But these are some basic items which one needs. But buying an iPhone, buying a laptop worth 2 lakhs or 1.5 lakhs, how is that a demand? These are forced demands. One can survive without these easily. One does not need Bonvita or protein to survive. One has his normal diet that he can follow. And obviously he can live well, but the information that is being fed on a timely basis, every time we open our phones, every time we open our televisions, if there is a show of 15 minutes, almost equivalent time will be spent towards ads. Why is that? Therefore, because they want our brain to be conditioned in a way. When I say the word thanda, I don't get thanda coffee or thanda chai. I just get Coca-Cola or Pepsi in my mind. This is the generation that we belong to. Our minds are being conditioned in a way, the way the companies want. And we don't have to run away from it. We are in this world, we have to accept it. What is being done, we have to analyze it, critically think, and then find a solution of it. So the products which have no use, like Bonvita, totally sugar based, no Olympic champion or no bodybuilder, no gym person, you can ask anyone, nobody takes Bonvita. It's totally sugar. Nobody eats cornflakes, the choco chips that we have. Nobody eats these things because they are not good for health. They are only being advertised by utilizing the loopholes that they have with some corporation that establishes the trust in a food product. How are they doing it? They have hands tied with each network where you need authorization from, and after getting that, you are free to advertise whatever you want. Advertising is done to market their product, and the advertising feeds our minds. Whatever we see on our screen, we feel like if we also get that, we will get on another side of the screen, and we will also have that pride or the fame that the person who was carrying that product behind the screen had. We want people to envy us. That is the truth. Why do we buy an iPhone or something that has more value? Because most people can't afford it. If I have that, people will envy me. I will stand aside from the crowd. This demand was made possible by Steve Jobs. How did they create it? Just a simple device, just a simple mobile device. Steve Wozniak, the engineer, was not satisfied or couldn't even justify why that product that they were selling was priced at $2,000, $3,000. They should give it technically for free, but that was not possible. How was that not possible? It was not possible because Steve Jobs knew that to survive or to make a good life or living and to make his art, creativity flourish, he needs to create a demand. So if he delivered a product that had everything, the people will only use it if it matches the value in their head. If having a product increases my value in my office or in my environment, people buy it. That's why iPhones are being selling like crazy in India. And the price tag doesn't matter in India. Any class of people that you can divide into middle class, high income class, low income class, I can tell you each of them have iPhones right now. Apple has priced or strategized in such a way that it creates a demand that people will work to get money and buy that particular product. Apple doesn't come to India, or let's say I am in Himachal. Apple doesn't come here and tell they buy my product. Just an ad, just by looking at people who have these premium phones with them. Just by looking at them, the demand is created. That's how it's done. The product is also great, no doubt in the product. How is it done? we will come to another concept from it. Apple has a great product. Be having a great product is the first thing that a person should know. Your product should be great. It should feel great. It should have that premiumness attached to it. When you are amongst 5 people, you should stand out. First thing is that product should be great. Right? When your product is great, how do you let people know that my product is great and you have to buy it? You can only let people know through information. How is information spread? Through media. What is media? Phones, television, newspaper, articles, anything. Either physical or non-physical. What are physical things? Newspapers, magazines, etc. What are books? Books are also a great factor. What are the non-physical things? Podcasts, advertisements, social media handles, YouTube, everything. Anything that is not real is non-physical. And one has to be present in both the channels so that people get to know that there is a product like this. And people only get attracted or attached to those things which will add value to their ego. How can that be done? Yogify promotes yoga, the ancient science. Or if you do yoga, you can be healthy. If you do those asanas, obviously you can be healthy. It helped Muralidhar sir come back from his back pain and the chronic illness that he was having. It can help others too, but it only wants people to recognize it. Doing yoga first day is easy. Doing yoga consistently for a year is hard. Buying a phone and utilizing it to scroll, just keeping it in your pocket, taking photos is easy. Buying a mat and doing yoga is difficult, but it is possible. How? If yoga is premiumized, how can that be done? If the product looks good and doing yoga actually becomes the trend, then only it can be done. How will that be done? If people get to know that there is a trend like this going on, doing yoga should become cool. Although it has many benefits along with it, but first of all, it should hack the psychology in such a way that doing yoga is cool. Challenges, the 30, 50 day, 75 day edited challenges should be made so that people get to recognize that there are some people who are doing yoga on a daily basis on a smart mat, on an AI powered mat. Nobody knows Yogify. How can that be done? You have to be omnipresent. Apple has done that. People are so excited about Apple's news. Right from August, people wait till October just for that big billion days. When will the price drop? When will the new event be coming? When the new iPhone will be launched? The hype is so great. How do you create that hype? By having a great product that I talked first. The product should be great, no doubt in that. But more can be done from your end. Advertising. Your product should stand in a different class from all other products. By looking at 5 products, it should know that this is something that will add value. How can that be done? If the design is good. Design is primary. After design, how are you positioning your product in the market? Are you even visible to people? How do you become visible? By utilizing the non-physical channel. Nowadays, people have phones every time with them. Pricing is not even an issue. You can sell 40,000, 10, 30,000 things, 30,000 rupee things everywhere. How is that done? People market themselves in such a way. People position themselves in such a way. And it is doable easily. How can you do it? How will I do it? It isn't even the matter of you. I need to get part with the content strategy. I need budget. I need resources that I can use to create an ecosystem in IIT. How can an ecosystem be created in the IIT? What is the intended customer profile for Yogify? Yogify began when Muralidhar sir had his back pain. And where do people get back pain? In offices. The people who are studying here right now, the 4th year people will go into the corporate. If they don't know about Yogify, they won't even bother about buying it. It should be fed in their subconscious that when they'll go to their jobs, if they feel back pain, let's buy Yogify. It's AI powered, it's from IIT Mandi. This should be created in an instant. How will that happen? If people in the college itself know about Yogify. How will they know about Yogify? You can't reach anywhere. When you came, you just had a session with the MBA students, not even the BTech students. That can be done because I am present everywhere. I post on LinkedIn, people see my post, right? I get that recognition. If I carry my face around, people know me because of LinkedIn. If I also carry my tool around, the Yogify mat, Yogify t-shirt and Yogify merchandise, people will know that there is a product like Yogify. When this hype is created that there is a guy who roams around with his mat around, after that the next step will be a hype launch. Yogify is coming to IIT. How will that be done? By creating a hype. I have a unique personality. I will carry that Yogify mat with myself every day. I will create challenge on YouTube. I will create content that revolves around Yogify. And then there will be an ad. There will be a poster in which it will be written 27th November. Yoga is coming back to its roots. Homecoming. Coming back to its roots. Technology, tech with ancient wisdom. Something like this. And then the marketing will be done. I don't even call it marketing. This is just information spreading. People should know, every mind in IIT, 5,000 people or 3,000 people, whatever the number is, they should know that there exists a product like Yogify. When this hype will be created, then there will be needed a yoga room separately where people can actually try and feel the product. If they feel it is great, when they'll get to jobs, they'll get money, they will buy it for sure. This is a 1-year plan. This is not right now that I said something and it will be done. I don't have that sort of... Whatever I am saying is future oriented. And if there is a potential lead or customer that can actually buy the product are the professors. Professors are feeling this need to do yoga. They utilize the importance and realize the importance of yoga. But they don't have time. How can they arrange time? Buy a mat that is smart and log in anytime that you want. Do yoga at the comfort of your house, at the comfort of your time, at the comfort of your mood, at the comfort of your goal. Everything is possible through Yogify. How will that be done? If an open environment will be created so that people get to know there exists a product like Yogify and we can actually test it out in the yoga room, probably in the badminton court, the place where badminton is played. Outside that, people do yoga. Ikshma center. Product should be sent, samples should be sent everywhere. Use it. Tell us the feedback. How did you like it? What can be improved? If you want to buy it, buy it. That is the whole plan. And I will be the initiate. I will be the utprerak. I will be the catalyst for that change. Starting from IIT, the content which will be created here, when it will reach audience outside, and when it will reach the people who are inside, the minds of the people who are inside, if they get to know about this product, definitely it will be sold. That is my vision. And when during this course time, I will get to know more about Yogify. Every task or research that will be done by me, every penny that will be spent by me, all the challenges, the events that will be done related to Yogify will go through me, and I will get to know more about Yogify. I will become the actual ambassador, the speaker for Yogify. Religion is the most famous thing in the world. How is that like this? Because religion has people who speak about it. God is not everywhere speaking out his message. It has people of God speak about God. Kirtanas are done. And that is how religion is kept alive. Yogify needs such people, and I am willing to become that. Why? If you think that I am greedy or behind money, that's not the case. I have my values, and my values are attached to the ancient science, the wisdom that I have, to continue my research with that wisdom and also be involved in a part that is going to revolutionize the world, that is Yogify. I want to contribute this. I want to add these both together. How can I do it? By being a part of Yogify. By being a part of yoga, by realizing this ancient science for myself, and then being able to preach it to the world, and then being able to pursue my studies or my interest in Vedas, the actual science from where yoga came, Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Actually read them. I will become proficient and I will be able to present Yogify at bigger level. How will I do it? I just told you the whole plan right now. What do I need? I need your support. I need your resources. I'll be giving out the PDFs, the documents, whatever ideas that I have to you, what job role I'll be having. These are not defined terms because it is totally based on vision, and the vision can only come true if I get to experiment it. Thank you so much for watching it till here. I am not hoping anything. I know what clarity I have given. The message is clear. Please let me know your response. This was Prerak Sharma from IIT Mandi, first year MBA Data Science and AI student. Thank you so much for watching. Till then, till our next meeting, till the next video, signing off. If you have any doubts, comment below. If you have any insights, comment below. You can DM me personally on my LinkedIn, Twitter and Instagram. All of the links are attached in the description below. Subscribe. Thank you so much. Signing off, Prerak Sharma.